Hi guys, this is a training video for Revit Lite. Revit Lite is similar to Revit. I guess the main difference is that Revit Lite doesn't really have a work sharing function. So if you're working in a multidiscipline or multi-user office, it doesn't really function for having multiple people be able to work on the same file. So let's just open Revit or Revit Lite, and I'll kind of go through some of the initial tools with you. Revit Lite, it comes with, it's basically the same sort of format as Revit. It has the open, new buttons for models, and then open new buttons for families. So let's just start a new Revit model here. And I'm going to just go from the architectural template. And I'll just drag this down so you can see it. We don't need to look at all these buttons today. File, and then here we have new, open. From the new file, you can open a project or open a family. Here's, by the way, where the title block families are. And then there are some annotation symbols for creating or editing a new symbol. There's open, and you can go to project, family, open any kind of Revit file. Save as, and from here you can either save it as a project or a template. In most of your cases, you're just going to be saving it as a project. And here we can export to different kinds of CAD types, for example, DWG or DXF. We can export the sheet, for example, as an image, or we can print. Here I have a PDF printer set up here, so if we're just going to print something, we would go through I'll just do that again. I select my printer that I want to use. I go down here to setup, and I pick the sheet size. So I'm going to pick Architectural D, which is 24 by 36. Here I'm going to not fit to page. I want to zoom it 100%. Okay. And then here I'm going to either do current window or I'm going to do select view. So I select the view and then I select, and here of course I don't have any sheets created, so it's not going to show any sheets. It just shows all the views. You can either do that, but normally I would just select the sheets that I want to print, and there would be a list of sheets here. And then I select the sheets that I want to print. And once I do that, I can either combine everything into one file, or I can create separate files. So right now what I'm in a floor plan view, and I know that down here because this says level 1 right here, and here I'm in level 1. That's the one that's in bold. So I know I'm in a floor plan view. What is a floor plan view? Well, that's a view looking down. So this is the project browser, and here are all of my model views. So this is somewhat like model space, and these are the views in model space. I can also, if I just want to look at the overall, see what everything is in model space, well, then I can go to default 3D view, and here you can see there's nothing in there. I haven't drawn anything yet. But this is the overall view of everything that's in model space, and that is located here now because I just created it in the project browser as 3D views. Well, let's go back to the first floor plan. So I'm going to put in a couple walls here. I'll go architecture, wall, and it allows me to pick different. I'm going to draw it as a series of lines, or I'm just going to do the easy one. I'm going to draw an easy wall, otherwise a rectangle. And now let's go back to the 3D view. There are my easy walls. I'm just calling them easy walls because you draw them like a rectangle. One click and you got your whole house. Well, let's say I want to do my roof. So I'm going to come up here and let's just say call it level 2. Let's rename this to be roof, I guess. Okay. Now I've got a 1-story house. I'm going to draw a roof. Let's click the roof tool. Isn't that good? You can actually draw a roof. I'm going to draw a roof in 1 step with a rectangle. Okay. And there's my roof. Hit OK. And I'm done. And do I want to attach the highlighted walls to the roof? Yeah. And let's go back to our 3D views. Look at that. A house in 2 steps. I can hit my shift and the shift and if I scroll like this on the mouse, see I'm doing the roller. I'm just scrolling the roller. But if I hit shift and do the roller, oh, whoa, look at that. Man. A house in 2 steps. Who would have thought it? Now let's go back to the floor plan view there. This is level 1. And now we're going to put in our floor, because otherwise we just have a mud hut. Let's put in a floor. And I'm going to go back to that rectangle tool, and let's just put this in just like this. If we want to, we can align it however we want, but what kind of floor is that? Well, it's just a floor, generic floor. I'm going to make it be something different. See what I did? I just clicked that. So I'm still in the floor tool, so I haven't checked it yet. I haven't set it. So it can be whatever we say it is. Let's make this be lightweight concrete on metal deck. Let's say that. Okay. Well, let's hit OK. And there we have it. And let's go back to the 3D views. And there we go. There's our floor. And if we want to pop in some windows, here's a window. Let's see what kind of windows we have. Oh, a whole bunch of windows. Well, let's put in these windows. I like these ones. And there we go. And we'll put in a couple over there. We'll put in a couple here. And we'll put in a couple here. We'll put in a couple there. Let's see. Now this wall is what? This is a generic wall. So now we got a bunch of windows, and let's put in a couple doors. Okay, we got a door here. I'm going to swing it out that way, and you see if I hover the cursor to one side of the wall or the other, then the door flips. So let's put in a few doors. Okay, now this wall, if I look at this, it's just a generic wall. I'm going to make this be brick on metal stud. There we go. You see that just got thicker. And let's see. And you see, you don't really see any materials in that wall. It looks rather generic. Well, that's because I've got it here on the coarse setting. I'm going to set it to fine. And now you can see I've got some layers in that wall. Well, let's make this one also be brick over metal stud. Or brick, yeah, brick on metal stud. There we go. Okay. And let's see this one. Well, you see the way that that is aligned there? Here, it's set to the wall center line. Now let's say I can't move, I can't have this expand any, and I want to change the wall. I'm going to set it to be the exterior face of finish. Okay, and I'm going to change the wall to be EIF on metal stud. There we go. And there you go. It changed it, but it changed it aligning it to that exterior face that I set. So now let's go back and look at our 3D view just to check it. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, okay, here we go. Now there's our brick on one side. And this should be brick on the other side. There's our other brick. And one of these should be the EIFS. Maybe it's this one that we set. And that's how you do it. We could keep going through some of these tools. There's also a thing over here, model lines. Now I have two kinds of lines. There's a model line right here, but there's also, if I can't do it in that view. So I've got two types of lines. I've either got a model line or I've got an annotative line. So here's an annotative line. I'm going to draw an annotative line in here. And I'm going to draw this as an X. So this will be, here, I'm going to draw a rectangle in there. This will be my driveway. So the driveway is the one with the X in it. And on this side, I'm going to put a porch. So I'm going to go over here to architecture, and I'm going to hit the model lines. And on this side, I'm going to draw this porch. So I wanted to show you what the difference is between the annotative lines. So right now, what I'm in a model view. I'm in the floor plan view. And what I've done is create model lines and annotative lines and model lines. So now let's go to the 3D view. There. Now you see what's happening here is that the model lines show up in other views. The annotative lines only show up in that view that I put them in. They're annotative. It's like drawing a line in a floor plan in AutoCAD, but it doesn't show up in the wall section. It's the same thing. Everything in AutoCAD is basically annotative. However, everything in Revit, a lot of the model elements are all model elements. They show up in all of the model views. Annotative things only show up in the view that you put them in. So let's stop there, and this is going to be it for our first test video.